Gambling God here. Wednesday. Let me adjust our camera. Wednesday. This is now November 6th, my aunt's birthday. She is a Scorpio. To all of you Scorpios out there, I'm on to you. I know what you're up to. You're a bunch of sick people. St. Louis Blues tonight. No, the hat doesn't fit me. I bought these hats during the NHL playoffs last year on Amazon or something, and I just got them all shipped out here. I don't know the size of the head, so this is the best it's gonna get. Anthony D has requested that I wear the Sharks hat until they lose, but that's not gonna last long. Anthony, the people need to know the winners. Tonight we're going St. Louis, even though they're at Edmonton. You will learn to like hockey on this channel, or you could just, keep it moving, meow it on out of here. Because if you think that you're going to make money betting basketball, you're wrong. It's not going to happen. It's all fixed. We're going to go into it tonight. Kawhi Leonard is not playing. He's not playing in back-to-backs, B2B, for load management purposes. To me, I thought load management was when the porn stars, had to space out their sessions so they could finish, I thought that was load management. I didn't know load management was when a guy who's making like $27 million a year couldn't play 2 basketball games back to back. It's not load management. What it is FanDuel management, screwing over the people who are using these DraftKings websites and all this kind of stuff. So no one ever knows who's in, who's out. They announce this stuff like an hour before the game. No one ever knows what's going on except the people that run the websites. They're in the know. If you're wondering why strange people are scoring touchdowns on Sundays, it's because of FanDuel, DraftKings. If you think that these coaches and owners don't have their own fantasy football teams, and that's why these backup running backs, the Jalen Samuels on Pittsburgh is playing, that's the reason these players, you don't understand what's going on here, do you? Okay, let me explain it to you. It's fixed. All these players, they're just like little pawns on a chessboard, okay? And we're the assholes. People like me sitting in my room with a dead cat predicting St. Louis Blues games. It's not normal, okay? We will do a review of last night like we always do to start the session. Sorry about the wiggle here on the camera. The hand, it starts to lock up. I use this hand for what. And, if you hold something too long, on the grip, it just, the muscle, carpal tunnel kind of thing. Anyway, so last night, Boston at Cleveland. We had Boston. I didn't think that was too difficult, just based on the the fact that this Boston's the better team. Cleveland hung in there, but Boston took it. Now Indiana at Charlotte. Indiana lost that one. I did like Indiana, but again, with the NBA is, you might as well go and ask your 9-year-old nephew who's going to win these games, because it's just, I'm going to give you my input from the gambling perspective, but you're taking your life, and you do not put a lot of money on these basketball games. Seriously, honestly, go spend it somewhere else. Go to TGIF, get a plate of wings, something. Don't bet on these basketball games. Seriously. There is no consistent pattern that I can pick up on, and I track this every night. I look at the games, the spreads, who's in. I have fantasy basketball teams. I gamble on these things. I read up on it every night, every day. There is no consistent. Hockey, at least, is a little more consistent. Example, last night, San Antonio. They go into Atlanta. They lose by 8. This makes absolutely no sense. It doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. So, it doesn't make any sense. This is on the back of Portland going into Golden State and losing. You're the only thing I can tell you to take from this is this. If you see an underdog that's a reasonable amount of points, buy it up and take it. Because that's your best bet. If you had done that with Golden State plus 11, you bought it up to 13, you won. If you did it with Atlanta, I think they were like plus 6 or plus 8, you won. it's your best bet. I really, really believe the NBA is not only fixed at the outset with the setting of the lines, but then as the game proceeds, I truly believe the outcomes are navigated or fixed. Okay, so that the end result can screw the gamblers over. One of the observations I noticed from basketball, the underdog is very, very often ahead at halftime, especially the home team. So if you want to take the first half, underdog being ahead as a prop bet, that's something I would recommend. I mean, it's very difficult for me to sit here and tell you, yeah, just take the favorite to be ahead at halftime and to win the game. That's insane. That's truly insane. That's rookie advice. You have to delve deeper into these things. And what I'm noticing here, these insane types of upsets. I mean, Charlotte should not beat Indiana. Charlotte should not have gone into Sacramento and won last week. Indiana. Yeah, Charlotte should not have gone into Sacramento and won last week, and Atlanta should not have beaten San Antonio. Nonetheless, they did. So having said that, I think that the best thing we can do with the NBA right now is to take a look at the spreads, take the teams that are big underdogs with the points, and kind of let it roll from there. Let's jump on that. Lakers at Chicago. Lakers were down 13 when I checked. It was 80-67. They took the lead. LeBron, I think with his third consecutive triple-double, he's just a machine. Clearly on some kind of drugs that we're not privy to. Him and Magic Johnson, not that he has AIDS, not that Magic had AIDS anyway, but I think that Oprah sold Magic Johnson the AIDS cure, and she clearly gave what's his name, this LeBron, some kind of juice or something or other, because the guy is just too good. I have him on my team. God bless him. Go LeBron. Taco Tuesday. Now, next we had I can't even read my own damn handwriting. Got to take the glasses off for a second here. Somebody at OKC, or whoever it was. I mean, I can't read that. Orlando, I think it was. My handwriting's terrible. I had OKC to win that one, and they did win it. I remember they won 12 points. I didn't think that was too difficult of a prediction. OKC is playing well. I like their coach. They have that second-year guard, SGA. I don't know how to say his name. There's too many letters. Chris Paul running the show. Adams rebounding. I do like their team. Gritty little team. Not that they're going to win anything anytime soon, but I don't mind to take them at home. Even on the road to cover, I don't have a problem grabbing them. They did win that one last night. I didn't bet it. I'm trying to stay off the NBA like cigarettes, just trying to, keep away. But I will give you the patterns. Now, Miami at Denver. I took a shot here. I said, let's take Miami. They looked like value. They got blown away. Denver just killed them. Denver's been very inconsistent. Obviously, they are a very good team. Jamal Murray and Jokic leading the way there. Miami, I thought they would be in it, but Miami did not even compete. At one point, I think they were down 90-68. So I missed on that one. Now, on to hockey, which is my darling and my sweetheart, which I recommend that everybody bet, because you'll always have a game that's close. It'll be interesting, even if you don't like hockey. Well, I don't like hockey. Go fuck yourself, okay? I'm not asking you to like hockey. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you win money, okay? And your best bet is to bet on a sport where the games are always relatively close. There is no third quarter run in hockey. Now, yeah, you might have a team rip off 2 or 3 goals, but by and large, hockey is a 1 or 2 goal affair typically almost every night, and every game goes to overtime. So if your website offers a prop bet, will the game go to overtime? And I know the website 5 Dimes does offer that. Grab it. Just bet it. Just bet the fucking thing. You're gonna hit it. Put $10 on it. It'll normally pay 5 to 1 or 6 to 1, something like that. I'm telling you, this is the way to go. Bet the underdogs in basketball to be ahead at halftime, and you want to bet in hockey that the game's going to go to overtime, because every game goes to overtime. First game last night, Carolina at Philadelphia. Philadelphia took it 4-1. I started the video last night when they were up 1-0. Not that I was cheating. I would have taken Philly anyway. Carolina is a good dog, but just like Miami in basketball, didn't get it done. Doesn't surprise me. I do like Philly at home. Strong goaltending, good goal scoring, tough team. I like Philly. I think they'll make the playoffs this year. They almost made it last year. They made a run at the end and fell short. Vegas at Columbus. Columbus is not playing well at home. They lost, I believe it was 2-1 here. I took Columbus. I was wrong. Vegas is a tricky team. I don't like them on the road. I prefer them at home, but they did get it done here in Columbus. I was wrong on that one. Ottawa at the Islanders. I had the Islanders. I believe the Islanders took that one 4-1. So we hit on that one. Boston at Montreal. I like Montreal here. Not that I think Montreal's the better team. Something just told me take Montreal. It was a close game. It was 5-4. I believe Montreal took it. Again, I think Boston is the better team, but just for this particular matchup, for whatever reason, I felt like taking Montreal. I did feel like they would get it done, and they did. We hit that one. LA at Toronto. I thought this was a pretty easy one. Toronto was home for this one. They're very good at home. They beat LA. LA is not so good. Toronto's very good at home. A lot of goal scoring. I did like them there, and they did come through. New Jersey at Winnipeg. This is the every game goes to overtime paradigm coming into play. Winnipeg is the better team. They were up 1-0. The Devils tied it late, 1-1. It went to overtime. I believe it went to a shootout, and the Devils won it. So this is the kind of game in hockey where if you want value, you take a dog, you hope it goes to overtime, and they win. Once it goes into overtime, it's 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, and anything can happen with all that ice open on a 3-on-3. And then if it gets to a shootout, I mean, it's anyone's game at that point. So the Devils did beat Winnipeg. I think Winnipeg probably had to give back for their upset win the other night. They came back against Vegas, and I think they had to give back and lose to the Devils. That's what that was going on there. Colorado at Dallas. I thought this was another relatively easy one. I like Dallas. They got it done at home against Colorado. We hit that one. I believe it was 4-1. Arizona at Calgary. I don't remember exactly how this one ended. I think Arizona was ahead and they lost it in overtime because every game goes to overtime. I believe it was like 3-1 Arizona, and then when I checked, Calgary had beaten them 4-3. But I do like Arizona on the road. I like Calgary at home. It's just a tough one, but I did take Arizona. It went to overtime, and they did lose. I believe it was 4-3, but it was tight. But I did like Arizona. We did not win that one. St. Louis at Vancouver. I don't remember who won. Again, the late games I didn't check. I was doing some cleaning here at the house. I didn't put in a lot of action in last night, so I wasn't really focused on the results. But I do remember that St. Louis was ahead, and I believe Vancouver came back to tie it. Check the result on that one. I did pick Vancouver on that one. I do like them. I do have the St. Louis hat on. Something tells me St. Louis beat them. I will check that. I'm sorry. I don't have the result for you on that one. Minnesota at Anaheim. Minnesota took that one. Lucky day, Minnesota on the road. I did like them. They're a tough team. They're always a value pick. They're undervalued by the bookies. So I did like Minnesota there, and they did win that game to my recollection. Last but not least, Chicago at San Jose. Anthony D knows the deal here. San Jose was up 2-0. I believe they won 4-1. And we know the narrative. San Jose's goalie stinks. Anthony D asked me to mention that he believes that the San Jose is now back. Anthony, you're wrong. There is a defenseman that they have. I don't know the guy's name. Simek, S-I-M-E-K is his name. That he says is the key, and that he is going to carry San Jose now into the promised land. Anthony is delusional. He also likes the Lions, White Sox, and San Jose. Those are his favorite teams. I think I'm missing something, but those are the three. He's a very strange guy. His girlfriend is very nice. Teresa, how are you? Nancy? I don't fucking know her name. But whatever it is, nice couple, good people. They were one of my more recent closings before my arrest. Thank you, Monmouth County. And Anthony did say that he wants me to go off a little bit on the Knicks. So dovetailing from San Jose. Oh, he's a Knicks fan. That's right. Well, I mean, it gets worse. I mean, this thing about it: Lions, White Sox, Sharks, and the Knicks. I mean, it's just. I mean, you couldn't. I mean, you could pick four worse teams, but I mean that's pretty bad, right there. So dovetailing into tonight, November 6th, 2019, we have the Knicks at Detroit. I mean, it looks too easy to take Detroit here minus the 3.5, but I mean, the Knicks are just. I mean, it's just a disaster. I mean, I really believe you could go to the local YMCA or playground and put together a squad that would be, somewhat competitive. They stink. Something's going to happen to R.J. Barrett. You know it. Rape. Some kind of something is going to happen. And they'll end up trading him to Sacramento or whatever, like they did Porzingis over to Dallas. Something's going to happen. And, then he'll turn into a star. But for now, you blow out his knee like Bernard King, or just you choke a coach like Latrell Sprewell. Something. I'm a Knick fan myself as well. They sold their soul when they gave Patrick Ewing that contract at the end of the 90s, and they haven't been any good since. I mean, it's almost like just 20 years now. So, Knicks, whenever you're ready, we're ready, but we don't have much confidence in you. So we have to take Detroit there, at least to win. I don't know why it's only 3.5, but again, the NBA is fixed. And so I really don't advocate taking this game, but I do, if I had to, I'd take Detroit. Washington at Indiana, another one. You would think Indiana would bounce back and win this game, coming off a loss in overtime at Charlotte. I'll take Indiana here, but Washington's been frisky. They have Isaiah Thomas back. They have some good young players. I can't pronounce their names. There's a lot of consonants and vowels all over the place. A lot of B's and H's and A's and I's everywhere. I don't know who these people are, but their parents were having fun when they were naming them. So in any event, I like Washington to cover, Indiana to win. But I wouldn't be surprised if we got a Washington upset tonight. Chicago is at Atlanta. Atlanta fresh off the win against San Antonio. Atlanta -1. I'll take the Bulls to win this game outright. 1-point spread. I do like that. I think there's something off here. I think Atlanta has to give back after they beat San Antonio. So let's go Bulls on that one. Golden State at Houston. Not much to say. Houston is -16. Golden State's entire team is injured. I mean, there's a very good chance Houston wins this game by 20 or 30 points, especially if Westbrook plays. I can't tell you to take Golden State in good conscience, even to cover 16 points. I got to take Houston, but there's no value here. Don't love the game. One thing I would say is look at the over. Houston's games always go over, and Golden State does run up and down the floor, even with the guys that are substituting in for the Stars. I could see that going over. That's the best comment I have on that one. Sacramento at Toronto. Toronto, obviously a very good team. I'll take Sacramento to cover. I don't know why. They just beat the Knicks like a drum the other night. And I mean, obviously the Knicks are terrible. But, Toronto home, -8. You have to like Toronto to win. If Sacramento wins this game, we will know how fixed it is. We know it's fixed. Let's be clear. That's the B in NBA is for the National Betting Association. But the Sacramento at Toronto game here, we'll take Toronto. I'll take Sacramento, buy it up to 10, and hope for the best. Minnesota at Memphis. Memphis +4.5. Minnesota on the road. Don't love them on the road. They did have a nice win in Washington last week. I'll take Memphis to cover the 4.5, buy it up to 6.5. Minnesota to win this game by 3 points. That's what I like on that one. Memphis to cover, Minnesota to win. Next, Dallas is home for Orlando, -6.5. I don't know what, when I was looking at this game, something tells me Orlando's going to win it. I don't know why. I have a gut instinct. It could be the turkey sandwich that I ate before I did the video. Could be the A&W Diet Root Beer, because I am dieting, by the way. But I don't know. Dallas is a good team.